It's true, man. Hard work gets rewarded with more hard work, not recognition, not peace, and probably not much more benefit, or benefit that's really worth it. Of course, there are times when hard work genuinely pays off, and I'll never act like it doesn't matter, because it definitely does. But in a lot of situations, hard work just brings you more hard work. Like the system that most of us live in, where we're just trying to stay afloat, keep a job, or just keep your heads clear. It often feels like every extra bit of effort just locks us more into responsibility. So like even using my own experience, I work as a video editor. Been doing it for a little bit now. Started out making montages when I was a kid, like code edits, like FaZe Clan and all that sort of stuff. I wasn't in FaZe Clan, but always wanted to be in it. Then did like rap shows and stuff like that. But then ended up doing, like a corporate side of editing. And like it sounds like great progress, right? But now that it's my actual job, it's not too much fun. But the point I'm trying to make is, I noticed when I started this job, I was trying to squeeze as much work as I could into a day. Like working at 120%, trying to make sure everything was perfect. Like even if no one asked for it, I was trying to make the edit really cool. Make every edit stand out, seem really clean and cinematic. And I did it because I loved editing. And I also kind of thought that I needed to deliver to maintain this job. Like I thought that's how you stand out and that's how you grow. And for a while, it definitely worked. But I felt like the quicker and better I got, the more that was expected for me. And keep in mind, I'm still on the exact same pay. So I sort of had to take a step back and just realize, okay, I'm working maybe like 25-50% harder than I need to be, because my reward at the end of it is not 50-25% more. And workplaces at least are set up where the main business owner or whatever is trying to save as much money as they can. So if they get a good worker in their business, they're going to absolutely love that. And they're going to run them into the ground, because technically it's cheaper labor than everyone else because you're doing more. And that leads into like a go-to guy or a go-to worker sort of situation, where like if a project needs to be done super fast or done right, they would come to you, or like they would come to me. And like, yeah, that totally feels good at first and it feels like you have value, but it just sucks because technically the faster you are, the more they load onto you. It's almost like a silent punishment for being competent. And the people who slack off, who don't show up, who cut corners, they don't get necessarily trusted with these jobs, sure, but they also don't get overwhelmed and they don't get more work because they're incompetent. I'm not sure if that's making sense. And like these other workers, they just cruise in the background, but you're kind of the glue that's holding the company together. And they often turn to you when it falls apart because they know you can handle it. Like there was a period where I was just juggling like 4 major projects at once, none of which were technically mine to begin with. But because I got handed them because other people had dropped the ball and I had the track record of being able to like fix it and handle it, and they did not care if I was burning out or working myself like crazy. And the worst part is no one like checks in on it. No one says like, hey, you okay with doing this job? It's almost like they just assume you'll figure it out. Like you're the hard worker, right? And just slowly and surely you start to resent the very thing that got you noticed. And yeah, that's when I stopped trying as hard. Like more often than not, when you're a good worker, you won't get treated with a promotion. You won't get treated with a raise. Your pay will probably stay the exact same, but more is probably just asked from you. And I just want to make a note that if you feel like you're in that position where your workplace is pushing you way more than everyone else in the same pay grade as you, definitely have a conversation on how much you're getting compensated. That's definitely proof that they value you more than any other employee. So yeah, just try run with that. Just try and squeeze them because they're squeezing you. And at the end of the day, it's a job. You're not there to make friends. You're just there to make money. So yeah, man, at my work at least, it got to a point where I'd realized that it was not worth pushing myself so hard. It was not worth working so hard because if I completed one task, they would just give me another, regardless if I completed it however many hours or minutes quicker, because I pushed myself. I would just then have to do more work. And it sucks, man. It sucks to like admit that I then slowed down at my job to try and find like sort of an equilibrium between how hard I work and what I get paid. But realistically, I just needed to do it because they would have kept loading stuff onto me. And if I didn't have this realization back in the past, I would have been still working just as hard and I would be so much more burnt out than I am now. So yeah, man, now I really pace myself at work, and it's not because I'm lazy, I promise, but it's because like I really learned that finishing something fast doesn't mean you're done. It just means they think you can handle more. So more being more work, more pressure, and less just breathing room, time to, pause. And even thinking about it now, man, if I go further back, this pattern didn't just start in adulthood. It really started in school. Like even the kids that were acing their assignments and grades became expected to ace them every time. But the kids who were getting like Fs and stuff all the time, the teachers and the students would then be celebrated if they then progressed into a D. Like that's how it's set up right there. Like school doesn't reward consistency, it expects it. And once you show you're capable, the bar keeps rising. And they literally give you harder classes, harder work, harder homework, all that. And then the craziest part is, on top of that, the reward, the prize for all of it is university or college at the end of it. Like those people that worked so hard in high school, worked so hard so they can then work so hard in uni. So yeah, it's almost set up in our brains to think like that because of how school made it as well. And even then, man, you progress from uni, you progress from college, and then you've probably got just as hard of a job, and now you've got a debt that demands you to repay it. And even video games, man, because like it makes me laugh, but it's actually kind of real. You think about Call of Duty right now with skill-based matchmaking. I play one good game, like literally one good game, and the next game I'm placed with 12 other sweaties. I have one shit game, I'm demoted, yeah, but then as soon as I play good again, I'm then rewarded with a harder lobby. Like these absolute movement demons slide canceling everywhere, going death for death for death for death. Like that's what I earned from doing good in the last game. Like that's skill-based matchmaking, man, and that's what work life feels like these days, and the school life. And like when you always work hard, man, people stop noticing you working hard. They just think it's your default, and that's so dangerous because it means that you don't get praise anymore, you don't get breaks, you just get pressure to maintain that level forever, which might not be achievable. So like when you're feeling tired, overwhelmed, or not at your best, people do not care. They just assume you're still at 100%. They don't see the years, months, days, weeks that have like built up of overworking yourself before that. They just see you now slowing down. And I just want to make another point, man, before I end the video, is I do want to say, yes, it's not always the case. Like hard work isn't always rewarded with hard work. There are definitely moments when hard work really does pay off. You know, like when you build something of your own, when you put effort into a vision you believe in, whether that's a side project, a brand, a business, anything like that. Because sometimes that effort really does buy you freedom later, whether that's having money, whether that's setting up certain relationships, whether that's owning a home so you don't need to pay rent or anything later. It can definitely be worth it. And what it crumbles down to, for me at least, is the difference in direction of the work. Like, am I building something for myself, or am I just building someone else's empire? Because more often than not, the other person that's building their empire doesn't really see you as a human, so they will push you to quite literally robotic levels, but you at least understand your limits, and it's a lot more fulfilling doing something for yourself. And also, it's completely okay to chill. You don't have to be at 100% all the time. You're allowed to pace yourself, protect your energy, and that does not make you lazy at all. That makes you human. Even with this channel, man, I was uploading every second day, but I just needed to chill for a second, take a little break. But that does not mean I stop. I just keep getting smarter about how I move and what I'm giving my energy to. I think that's the main thing. So yeah, man, if you're one of them hard workers, I see you. And if you're carrying too much and you're carrying it for too long, just chill. No need to push yourself, especially if you're only getting rewarded with more hard work, because the system is kind of set up for you to be a workhorse, you know? And sort of just reward you with more work. The system sort of rewards itself, and it uses you to do it, and you kind of deserve better than that. So yeah, man, just chill and just put your energy where you want to. That's all from me. I'm gonna leave all my links down below, that being my streaming platforms, my clothing brand that's just dropped this sick air freshener. You should definitely go peep that. It's the cheapest thing on the site, so if you've wanted to cop something but haven't, go check that out. And yeah, man, that's it from me. It's been Once Faded. Peace.